Shouts out to Heather. She appears to be live and doing her THING. Y'all know to go check out my homegirl Heather over on Heather's Chronic Crafting. Did I say that right? Let me make sure because I don't want to be mispromoting people. You know how we do. We promote the hell out of everybody. Anyways, oh no, it's Heather Hunter J. Shouts out to Heather Hunter J doing her crafting. Y'all know how she do. She do it every Sunday morning, so y'all know to go check her out. She starts about 15 minutes before I do. That's why I'm usually over there saying what's up. But I'll be by for the replay. Shout out to the replay gang. Y'all know how we do. We got to do our THING too. Anyways, welcome back, Team DWC. It's your boy TWP Popcorn. Y'all already know what time it is. 10 a.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6 p.m. Wednesday, aka another day in paradise. If you ain't in paradise, hit up your monetization coach because we can make the improvements. It ain't hard to get things where you need it to be, especially if it ain't where it's supposed to be. But as long as you're ready to put in the work, it's possible, baby. It's always possible. Shout out to the possibilities. It's like when you say, I got five of the possible. But that means we should be running at 10. Hell, as long as my partner can pick it up too. That's eight, almost nine. See, almost at 10, so we can make it. Hell, we just gonna have to cut somebody at some point in time, make a book happen somewhere, right? Right. Hell, if they make it home, there's something to it. Anyways, let me get this screen situated. Flip the camera. Make sure it's centralized. Get the top of the screen. There we go. Y'all know we got a couple of videos before we go check on the work we did yesterday in tent 2 and in the green room because we put hella plants in pots. Shout out to keeping planties wet because that's what we doing. Gregory, the cameraman, how you doing? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing good, smoking good. If not, hopefully you be well. Yeah, you dig? Let's see. It's RTG, that's Sunday's list. Pick a strain, whatever you want, you could get. Indica sativa, never rolling plain Jane. I know some people, if you want, drop 50, we ain't gon' cop any. Little mama got plenty, so many strain, pumping the flame, nothing but dro. One for the brain, one for the body, one for the soul. Running with strange, keeping the party under control. Up, away, flying, how far are we gonna go? Smoke team in the building, got 'em is what the deal is. Recognize coming with Burns, Felix, County boy, got the liquor. So what's on the later? Stevie came with the greenery, mixing multiple flavors, whatever you want, homie. Tell me when to say when. How about you and your friends? Come get with me and my friends and keep it real with me, girl. I don't want to pretend like this is a new thing. Really, that's what it's been like. Hey everyone, welcome into our latest Trade to Black podcast. I'm your host, Shad Dales, and today we're diving into one of the most dynamic and talked about issues of our lifetime, cannabis legalization. This topic isn't just about policy or numbers, it's about people, opinions, and the future. And most importantly, it's about your opinion. So as we go through today's discussion, make sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments below. So with that, let's get started. In recent years, cannabis legalization has taken the world by storm. Globally, we've seen over 50 countries, including Canada, Uruguay, and Germany, making significant strides in reforming cannabis laws. In the United States, 24 states and Washington, D.C. have fully legalized adult use cannabis, with others exploring legislation. But it's not just about legality, it's about the growing shift in society's perception of cannabis. What was once taboo is now seen by many as a potential driver of public health, economic growth, and even criminal justice reform. But of course, like any major change, there are challenges, controversies, and trade-offs. Let's start with some eye-opening stats. Canada, which legalized cannabis in 2018, saw over $4.5 billion in revenue from legal cannabis sales in 2024 alone. In the U.S., the cannabis industry... Now, I like how they said that, though, because, Canada is currently doing whatever it's doing, but hell, the whole country only made 4.5 billion. Shout out to the state of Missouri. Last year we cleared 1.2 billion ourselves. So, we almost keeping up with the entire country of Canada. I ain't gonna yank my own chain, but you know how we do around here. Yeah, 4.5 billion for the whole country. They country is kind of on the young side with the money, you did, because they country is almost the size of the United States without the population, but as far as mass and size wise, right?
See, size doesn't matter. It's about the work you put in. You dig?
Is projected to hit $100 billion in annual sales by 2030. Even in Germany, which legalized recreational cannabis last year, and with that, it's expected to generate over €3 billion in annual tax revenue and tens of thousands of jobs. But legalization isn't just about money, it's about impact. Studies have shown that legalization leads to a significant drop in cannabis-related arrests. For example, in Colorado, arrests for cannabis possession decreased by 47% following legalization. These changes affect real lives and reduce the strain of law enforcement. We can't talk about that enough. What we can talk about is public health. Legalization provides an opportunity to regulate cannabis, ensuring safer products and reducing risks of contamination. It also means more investment in research, helping us better understand the benefits and the risks of cannabis use. On the economic front, legalization, it can be a game changer. In addition to tax revenue, the industry supports over 500,000 jobs in the U.S. alone. It's helping local communities thrive and creating opportunities for entrepreneurs. But here's where we want to hear from you. What's more important to you, the economic benefits or the public health safeguards? Let us know by leaving your comments below. The road to legalization isn't without obstacles. Public opinion on cannabis remains divided in many places. While support for legalization has grown, around 68% of Americans now favor it, according to a recent poll. But there are concerns. Regulatory hurdles such as navigating complex state and federal laws can slow progress. Health experts warn risks like increased youth use, dependency, and potential mental health impacts. The key challenge is finding the right balance. So how do we maximize the benefits while minimizing the downsides? That's a question I'd love to hear your thoughts on. So again, leave your comments. Let's now discuss recent developments involving potential cannabis legalization. A pivotal moment in the cannabis legalization movement occurred just last week in Pennsylvania. The state Senate held hearings on legalizing adult use cannabis, sparking an intense debate. Governor Josh Shapiro has been a vocal supporter, highlighting potential tax revenue and economic benefits. But opposition remains, with some lawmakers concerned about public safety and youth access. This moment again illustrates the importance of public opinion on shaping cannabis laws. So each of you now has a role to play in this ongoing conversation. Do you think public opinion is moving fast enough to influence legislative change, or are there still too many roadblocks? Again, let me know. In conclusion, as we've seen, cannabis legalization is a complex issue. It's about more than just legislation. It's about public health, economic growth, criminal justice reform, and finding a way to address valid concerns about safety and health. We've explored the statistics, benefits, challenges, and even a recent development that shows how public opinion shapes policy. But at the end of the day, this conversation isn't complete without you. So what are your thoughts on cannabis legalization? Do you see it as a net positive, or are the risks too great? Drop your opinions in the comments below, and if you like this content we produce, give this video a like, share it with your network, smash on that bell for all notifications, and if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We'd appreciate it here at TDR. Can't wait to hear what you have to say, so again, leave your comments below, and let's spread the word. In the meantime, thanks for joining us on this episode of Trade to Black. I'm your host, Shad Dales, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.
Opinions.
You're welcome. We do that by introducing you to great resources and fabulous guests all along the way. Today we got both a guest that's going to be talking about some fabulous resources that he's using so that you can help grow your health, business, and your wealth. Today's special guest has a greener thumb than old McDonald himself. This plants that this gentleman grows will make anybody say E-I-E-I-O. Now, when it comes to understanding agriculture, George Washington Carver has reincarnated himself in the form of a man from Missouri. When it comes to growing things, he makes a jolly green giant look like a midget. It's time for today's featured guest, consultant and agriculturalist extraordinaire. It's time for TWP.
Hey, welcome back.
Just there, close up to the head.
Hey, there you go. Thank you for that great introduction. I'm trying to do what I can do.
All right.
Oh, the big homie in the building.
So today, I've got a
Appreciate you stopping by. How you doing?
that can help you to get growing extremely cheap. I'm talking less than $1. You can create a grow box and begin growing more of your own food at home. And the more you grow, the more self-empowered you become. Many folks, such as myself, initially get into gardening because we want to save a little bit of money. We want to lower our grocery bill. But what we all quickly come to find out is there's so many other benefits to growing your own food at home. For example, by starting your own plants at home, you can grow unique varieties that you would otherwise not have access to. By starting plants from seed, you open the door to a whole new world of culinary, ornamentals, medicinals, and that's a beautiful thing. Otherwise, you're stuck with whatever it is your local nursery or big box store is offering. And what fun is that? Other benefits include better tasting, higher quality produce. When you grow at home, you're in control of the medium in which you're growing in, and you're able to pick it when you need it, when it's the freshest. And the health benefits associated with gardening are tremendous. It allows you to get outside more, get some fresh air, get some sunshine, and the simple act of gardening can provide a nice little workout for you as well. Now, I could go on and on and on with all the different benefits associated with gardening, but what I really want to do today is help to empower those who are just looking to increase their abundance and grow more at home. So today, I'm going to be sharing with you how to put together a grow box like this on the cheap. Less than $1, about 65 cents to be exact. Now, this has a nice, large space to grow in. You could plant anything in here. Carrots, spinach, broccoli, tomatoes, you name it. I've actually turned a couple of these grow boxes here into self-wicking, automatic watering, off-grid style containers. By using these sandbags here, I can add some water directly into this growing container, and it will wick up from the bottom into the soil. So I can water every few days. I can check the soil moisture just by putting my finger down in there or observing to see if the top here is beginning to dry out. And I can add more water. But this reduces my time involved in growing my crops. I've got some spinach here. I've got some chayote squash. And this literally only takes a couple minutes to put together. All this is a cardboard box and a hefty-duty contractor-style trash bag. And this bag specifically is actually watertight. It will hold water if you want to do a self-wicking style bed, or you can create a little drainage pocket like this so it can drain off the side. And the way I have this set up, the entire box is protected by this plastic. So you can set these outside. You don't have to worry about rain. And they'll hold up throughout the entire growing season, perhaps multiple seasons, depending on how you care for them. Now, there's really only 3 items you need to put this together. A cardboard box, some of these Husky contractor cleanup bags. These are 3 mil, 42 gallon, heavy duty, and some high quality tape like Gorilla Tape. Let's take one of our bags out here. Now, there are a variety of sizes of cardboard boxes that you could use and make this work just fine. But for the sake of this video, I'll just share with you, this box is around 19 inches long, about 10.5 inches tall, and about a foot wide. So first things first, just want to open up the garbage bag, and we'll place it inside the box. And if you want to create a pot that drains or has an overflow, you want to leave a little extra bag material in there. Don't make it a perfect fit. We're just going to turn this over. And basically, we're just going to fold this in a way as if we were wrapping a gift. And as you can see, we got quite a bit extra bag here, so you could use a larger box. Now, before we tape this in place, I do suggest spritzing it with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol and wiping it down, just so that the tape can better adhere, especially if this is going to be outside in the weather. And we'll just tape this down. And the bottom's done. Flip it back around.
And that's all there is to it. You now have a growing container in which the cardboard is completely protected by the plastic, so you can put this outside without any issues. So we left a little excess material here inside, and here's why. We can now create a drainage hole in here, and what we want is for the water to exit a little ways away from the box so that it doesn't soak up into the cardboard. So we're going to make this drainage hole towards the bottom. If you're doing a water wicking system, you can make it 4 inches up from the bottom. And that way, if you got those outside and it rains, it'll overflow out of that hole. It'll never completely fill up. But before I show you that, I'm going to put some water in here and just show you that this is watertight. So I actually filled one of these up with water and let it sit for several days, and there wasn't a drop of water that came out of this container. So again, if you use these specific contractor bags, and there will be a link down below in the description box, you're going to have yourself a watertight growing container. All right, so I'm going to make a traditional planter box here and place my drain hole right here towards the bottom.
If you guys can
So
show
once
you
again,
for an already hot
spray
selling
a little
product.
bit
See, this guy's
of
trying to win.
isopropyl
He's trying
alcohol,
to win.
clean the bag off. I'm
Do
going to put
it.
a piece of tape here first. Get your tape on there. Now I'm going to drill a 5/8 inch hole through the tape, the outside liner, and the cardboard box. But I don't want it to go through this plastic, so I'm going to move that away from the edge. So there we've got our hole now. Now we can take some of this excess material, and using our finger, we can start to push it through, at which point we can pull it out. And you can put another piece of tape just to kind of hold this in place. And now all you need to do is just put a little hole there at the end. And now you've got a drain that will actually drain away from the box. That water never has contact with the cardboard. And now all you need to do is add in your soil and you're good to grow. And to make these awesome automatic watering self-wicking pots, all you need to do is to load up a sandbag like this with soil and plop them in your container. Now, for these two containers, I did not create an overflow drain. I have the green. If you do plan on putting these outside and you expect quite a bit of rains to come into the area, you can install the drain like I just showed you up higher on the container. That way, if the water level ever gets too high, it'll overflow out. I'd recommend putting it up at least 4 inches from the bottom of the box. And then to water these, all I need to do is add some water into these containers every few days. And the water that I add into these containers will not become stagnant. It will not become a breeding ground for mosquitoes because I allow that water to fully absorb into my growing medium. And I give it a couple days before I add fresh water in here. And after watering in your wicking containers a few times, you'll get an idea of how much water you need to add in between waterings. All right, so these heavy-duty, high-quality construction bags go for around 65 cents a piece. Cardboard box, free. If you pick yourself up a pack of 100 of these sandbags, they come to about 50 cents a piece. So if you want to put together a self-wicking grow container like this with 2 full-size pots, I'm going to be leaving these plants in here. This is their permanent residence, allowing them to grow out throughout the season. You're looking at a total of about $1.65. And if you just stick with the traditional grow box, you're looking at about 65 cents. Then all you need to do is source your growing soil. Hopefully you've got some compost going in your garden. You've got a nice pile that you can access, maybe an area of your yard you can dig up some quality soil. But if you do buy the bag stuff, an indoor-outdoor potting mix works very well. And if you want to beautify your new grow box, you can simply wrap a little bit of burlap around the outside, and you can easily connect that with a couple of these binder clips directly onto the box. You could also use a hot glue gun if you wanted to and make it nice and pretty around the edges. This is also going to add longevity to your box if you've got it out in the sun The burlap will offer that plastic a bit more UV protection, and it can also help to keep your soil cooler, as the box is black, so if it's out in full sun, it could heat up quite a bit. So by having a cover like this around the outside, not only does it look nice, but it's actually very functional. And a small strip of burlap like this is going to add a very small cost to the overall project, especially when you buy this in bulk like I do. Useful for so many different types of projects around the garden. Can make privacy screen out of it, shade cloths, freeze blankets for your plants, and it's very decorative. And so with that, I want to thank you all for watching. Have yourself a good one. Until next time, this is Dan from plantabundance.com. Take care. I'll be talking to you again soon.
The box information right there. He said it's like a cardboard box. Let's make this word. Long term, get you through the full season. Not just part of it. You just gotta throw the sweet potatoes in the box on the back porch. No, yeah.
So like Fox Farms though,
We
like
gonna
I
throw
noticed
in a box with a
so
bag in
you're
it.
going
So the box
to
ain't shit.
plant some Fox Farms Ocean Forest, you're saying. You plant a plant in there and you veg it out for like 2 months and you get that plant monstrous and you're ready to flip it into flower. Now you have to add amendments to there because there's nothing left in it.
Okay, back up just a little bit. When you say you planted it for a couple months and it took off monstrous, do you know what's in that mix that makes that plant grow?
Synthetic salts.
It's pretty much what it is, but it's ammonium nitrate. So they spray this ammonium nitrate on sawdust, and that ammonium nitrate is like it's like acid on a fucking slug. So think of the organic and biology that's in there. It's killing. They put that on there. You can throw a pile of that. It's called nitralized sawdust, is what the industry calls it, as an amendment to mix it, and that's what they buy. Roots Organic, a bunch of them do that as an amendment, and that's their nitrogen pack. And then they tell you they put a bunch of guano and they do other stuff. They don't put shit on it. That's what it is, and that's the reason the difference between a good quality soil and them. And you just explained it, is it shot up and it grew through veg and it did really well. But the thing it's missing is that now, like if you grew in my soil or some good soil, it's not always my soil, but the difference between mine, you're asking, and Fox Farm and all the case studies, Fox Farm with ammonium nitrate in the soil, that plant will shoot up, grows quick, and it's for tomato plants. Let's just call it tomatoes. Let's do tomato, but the same thing with any other cultivar is it shoots up really quick and it puts off a few tomatoes, and the wind comes and that plant has no structure and it falls over and it's lanky, right? Yeah. My soil versus the same tomato plant, you got a fucking heavy stalk, you got this plant that just fucking sits up and does its thing, and it's putting off tomatoes. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's the difference. And why does mine do that? Because I have a living soil concept behind it. I want you to grow with bacteria. I want you to grow with fungi. I want you to do everything that is healthy in that plant. The last thing you want to do is feed ammonium nitrates in a tomato to your kids at the dinner table. If you once you know kind of. So.
That's up the Higher Desert Exotic podcast. I want to go check out the interviews they've done. All types of shit. You dig? Might not have been live this week, but they'll probably be live next week. You dig? Hell.
Hey everyone, welcome into our latest Trading Block podcast. I'm your host, Shad Dales, and today we're going to dive into some breaking news from earlier this week. It has come to the light that the DEA under the Biden administration was indeed biased against the idea of rescheduling cannabis. Well. We'll explore the details backing up this allegation through an ongoing lawsuit and discuss what this news might mean with the new DEA administration under Trump's administration. There's a lot to cover, so let's get into it. So where are we today? In recent years, the debate over cannabis rescheduling has intensified, with the Biden administration's DEA facing accusations of bias and manipulation. Today, we look at the allegations, the key players involved, and how the Trump administration might leverage this controversy. So first, the allegations. The DEA under the Biden administration has been accused of rigging the cannabis rescheduling process. According to court documents, the DEA allegedly weighted the public process to ensure it could reject moving cannabis from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 under the federal law. The DEA named 25 participants for the cannabis rescheduling hearing, which has now been delayed until later this year. Among the participants were industry groups, lawyers, doctors, state regulators, veteran groups, elected figures, and prohibitionists. Some notable names include the following: Shane Pennington, a prominent administrative law attorney representing Village Farms International; Aaron Smith, CEO of the National Cannabis Industry Association; and Michelle Rudder Freeberg, the organization's chief lobbyist. Also, Dr. Chad Collis of the American Academy of Hospice and Palliative Medicine; John Jones, treasurer and director of Cannabis Biosciences International Holdings, along with Katie Green, a lobbyist with the Platinum Advisors representing the Commonwealth Project. So what information is there that proves that the DEA was indeed biased towards rescheduling cannabis? Here's why. The DEA's selection process has been criticized for favoring anti-cannabis representatives. The agency considered a total of 163 applicants, but selected only 25 based on still unknown criteria. What is that? The DEA rejected participation requests from New York and Colorado officials who supported rescheduling, and attempted to aid almost a dozen opponents of marijuana rescheduling. Wild. So when we look now at the Trump administration now taking over, new DEA leadership may interpret the Biden administration actions as further evidence of corruption and inefficiency. So who now leads the DEA? Let's look at Trump's new DEA leader. Trump's pick for permanent DEA administrator is Terry Cole, and he has a just say no stance on marijuana, linking cannabis use to suicide risk and schizophrenia. Cole's position aligns with the late former First Lady Nancy Reagan's Just Say No campaign. But let's be honest, that was 40 years ago. Based off of that, the Trump administration, they might use the DEA's alleged bias as another reason to criticize the Biden administration. By highlighting the perceived corruption and inefficiency, Trump could argue that the Biden administration failed to address the cannabis rescheduling issue effectively. You don't say. As the debate over cannabis rescheduling continues, the actions of the DEA under the Biden administration cannot go unnoticed during the whole process in the eye of the Trump administration. And with the new leadership under Trump, it's worth noting that this indeed is an initiative that his party could steal from the Democrats. Something that may grab their interest as well, knowing that as many as 70% of Americans right now want cannabis to be fully legalized.
Yeah, he says 70%. That's 70. You dig? That's over 60. It's over 60. God damn it. You only need 60% to win these days. So, boom. There you go. The people have spoken. End it.
Across the country. So what are the next steps? The Trump administration will probably start fielding calls on people's stance towards this whole ALJ hearing and the rescheduling process of cannabis. So the next moves are going to be very, very important. Balls in your court, President Trump. Let's see where you go from here. So there you go. This should give you a comprehensive understanding of what's happened and, more importantly, what could happen next. So what do you all think will happen next? Let us know by leaving some comments below. And if you like this content we produced here, then give this video a like. Make sure to smash on that bell for all notifications. And if you haven't done so, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We'd appreciate it here at TDR. In conclusion, if the U.S. were to reschedule cannabis, it would not only benefit America, but it would benefit the world, knowing many countries view the U.S. and their drug policy as first movers. So make sure you stay connected with us here at TDR, and I'll see you next time on our latest Trade to Black podcast. I'm your host, Shad Dales, and thanks everyone for watching.
You ain't even a guest no more. Yeah, you the new family, man. I told you we're going to bring you in quarterly to make sure all our investments are up to par. Get some insider information. That's illegal. I mean, we're going to get some tips and some pointers. Can't handle it. Shit. They locked Martha Stewart up for that. White women can't get away with it. Nobody can.
What did he say?
She had some friends who told her some shit one night at the party, and she moved some money around, and she wasn't supposed to do that.
Yeah, that's right.
Just lose the money like everybody. They made more money after that too. She went crazy.
I love her, bro. She's so freaky. What? How you know? She's freaky, though. You ain't seen the post where she was talking about how they came and installed her pool? Oh, this shit legendary. It don't sound nothing like no goddamn.
Don't sound nothing like no pool as a segue for this. God damn, I'm good. I'm good. I know it. I'll go ahead and be my judge today. Let's rank Popcorn's videos. This is actually a good one. His segues are good, and the information he's reviewing is on point. It's like he knew what he was doing. Kinda. Well, if that's all he gonna do, you know what we gonna do. Hell, knowing my luck, they probably got copyrighted music on there. Hell, it'd be like that sometimes. But let's see. Let's go back over to this. You already know we gonna have to listen to some music. We gonna have to listen to that big homie. Shout out to the DJ is in that building. Hell, you know what we gonna do. We gonna go to our favorite playlist. I almost pulled him up. Didn't want to try to act like he ain't in my search engine. Come on now. Y'all already know the big homie. But yeah, we going to his channel. His channel. Put some music on. Let's see. Some background music won't hurt us either way it goes. Yeah, I'm listening to my favorite Slap 2 today. Let's see if y'all know which one it is. Technically, they all my favorite slaps, so you can't guess wrong. Oops. Six Bows is back. What up, though? Y'all know to go check out Sis' content at some point. Y'all know how she do. It's not the one I want to listen to. But it works. Back to the video. Put him on mute with a closed caption in case he say something. I do need to get Spider Pig's link for this other phone. Y'all know how we do those. Check out the homie Lil Terpene, aka Gan Pro. Y'all should find that highly entertaining. Shout out to the highly entertaining aspect. That's gonna be one of our new catchphrases. Hey, I'm highly entertaining. If you didn't know. Yeah, they thought they was just gonna fly some music in here like I ain't know to plug the big homie. Motherfucker got range to it too. Yeah. See, that's the end of that video. So this is how you know I'm over here in control, baby. Doing it live, though. Doing it live. Shout out to the no edit video process. Shout out to that big homie, Lawless. Y'all know to go check my guy out daily. Appreciate him stopping by, staying high with you, guy. You dig? He ain't got to be high to fly with me, because I'll be high enough for the both of us. But you know, my dude's, so I appreciate him stopping by. Speaking of stopping by, DJ is you ain't taking over my whole show. Look at me commenting in his chat while he was live. Yeah, test. We be testing the hell out of some shit because we be working it though. You dig? Anyways, let's get back to the videos because I already know y'all still ready to go into the garden. See, I got a beat by the big homie coming up. I might just skip that. You see what I'm saying? Because we just promoted the big homie, so we ain't got to do it twice. Hell, y'all know them beats be nice. We'll listen to it anyways, though. The beat goes hard. MOV. That's a members only video, so I ain't even gonna leak it for y'all today. Y'all got to get y'all memberships up over there. You dig? But I appreciate that system. That's a good little quick hack. You dig? And with that screw being right there, it just made the water shoot up like blip, up and out. Like, nah, it ain't just gonna go. It's actually gonna go. But you know, you'll have to try it out a few times before you get it right, because it ain't as easy as he made it look. You dig? It's as easy as it could be, but it ain't as easy as he made it look. You dig? Shout out to knowing how to do things and making it look easy, because that wasn't easy. Hell. Anyways, back to information for wins.
Street, bro. It's a lot of shit to do. So I looked at it like, they got more gangsters in the stock market. They got more gangsters in government than gangsters on the street. They just got more information than us. Just like Chico said, we just don't got the information. If we learn how to play that game, I use it the same way as I use the streets. And so what happens is once I started making money, I was like, oh, they don't really they're not really smarter than me. They just got information. So the goal from you is to just go get some more information. And when you come from the street, you ain't scared to lose no money. That shit come with the game.
So when you say earlier, when you like you don't believe in what Google said, how do you get your information on that it's false information out there?
So I don't really go to Google for information. I go straight to the source. I go straight to them. So we gotta stop being scared to read too.
Ever wondered what 8 tons of cocaine looks like? Well, here it is. It's one of the largest drug busts in recent years in Colombia. The country's police force confiscated the mammoth amount of the Class A drug after it was discovered in this underground hideaway on a banana plantation near the Panama border. The value of the haul is estimated at an astonishing $250 million US. Colombia produces around 442 tons of cocaine per year.
Some drug seizure in Colombia. Authorities there are confiscating 12 tons of cocaine worth more than $3 million US.
Counter-narcotics dogs detected the cocaine hidden in a container going to Europe through Central America, that according to police, and the world's leading cocaine producer, according to the UN.
Cocaina. Uh-oh. That's up in that. Appreciate him doing another channel.
Calls on lawmakers to legalize herb in an effort to combat cartel violence. But he also says that blow is no worse than whiskey, and legalizing coke can end the war on drugs, but also bring peace in a matter of months. Now, we all know Colombia has been the blow capital of the world for many years. So let's start off right here, where recently, a couple months ago, there was a report that the Navy seized 1,400 tons of Coca-Cola, if you know what I mean.
Colombia's Navy has seized more than 1,400 tons of narcotics in a multinational operation after uncovering a new cross-Pacific trafficking route. The haul includes cocaine, marijuana and methamphetamine. Among the seized vessels used by the drug traffickers were 6 semi-submersibles intercepted in the Pacific Ocean. Vessels were carrying 5 tons of cocaine destined for the Australian black market. The international operation to catch the traffickers included the United States, Spain, and 60 other countries. Now, speaking to the press, a Colombian naval officer described the scale of the drug seizure.
These seizures have impacted the finances of transnational crime organizations, preventing them from receiving $8.4 trillion. We also managed to prevent the potential production of 29 tons of cocaine by destroying 475 laboratories.
Now, journalist Richard McCall in Bogota told me more about the operation.
Well, thank you very much. Like you said, 62 nations involved in this naval operation. It has been it's called Operation Orion. It has been in existence since 2017 and has been continually growing. These are operations of 6 weeks in length. The captures have led to 400 arrests, 6 submarines or semi-submersibles captured, that huge haul of cocaine and other drugs. And of course, it's really so relevant in that it is such an impressive intelligence sharing network coming together from police and armed forces from all over the world.
So as you guys can see, this is a multi-country, multi-nation operation that spans almost the entire world. We're talking Spain, Europe, North and South America. It goes all over the place, even the land down under in Australia. That's where that shipment was headed to. Now, you guys would have heard Orlando Francesi, the Colombian Naval Chief of Staff, where he said it's over $8.3 trillion that was taken out of the hands of cartels and transnational gangs due to this bust. So obviously, that's a lot of money. A lot of cash is involved in these drugs passing across state lines and across the national borders. Now, a lot of people have actually been trying to figure out ways to combat the cartel and shut down this entire operation. And one of those ways is by legalizing some of these stuff. And according to this article, the Colombian president calls on lawmakers to legalize herb and some of the other substances to combat cartel violence in the illicit market. According to the president of Colombia, prohibition only brings violence from cartels in the illicit market, and he's also pushing other nations to legalize cocoa leaves for the purposes other than cocaine. Now, the Colombian president, Gustavo Petro, warned of the multinationalization of these cocaine mafias, claiming that there are more cartels today than before the high-profile trafficker Pablo Escobar was caught and imprisoned. The empowerment of these mafia organizations shows the failure of the prohibition and the absence of alternative measures to simple prohibition. Now, the Colombian president says that his government will maintain full cooperation with all governments in the matter of confiscating cocaine, and it has focused and will focus its attention on large shipments and high-ranking cocaine and money laundering bosses worldwide. But it does go on to say that he asks the Colombian Congress to legalize herb and remove violence from this crop. The prohibition of the herb in Colombia only brings violence. He also asked the governments of the world to end the ban on the use of cocoa leaves for the purposes other than cocaine at the United Nations. If the cocoa leaves are used in fertilizers, food, and other uses, the policy of substitution of illicit crops improves. Now, just a quick reminder, guys, if you're getting value from this video, please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support us further, join the ICANN VIP Bean Club or cop some merch from the merch store. Now, at the top of the video, you guys would have heard us say that the Colombian president compared whiskey to cocaine and said that coke is no worse than whiskey. So let's have a look at exactly what he said.
And finally, we attempt to answer the age-old question, cocaine or whiskey? In a live-stream cabinet meeting, Colombian President Gustavo Petro stirred a controversy by claiming that cocaine is banned only because it originates in Latin America. He argued that it is no more harmful than whiskey. Petro further suggested that legalizing the drug globally could dismantle the illicit trade, comparing its potential market to that of wine. The remarks come amid ongoing U.S.-Colombian anti-drug efforts, raising concerns about the future of their long-standing partnership. His statements, which contrast sharply with Colombia's active drug enforcement policies, have sparked internal debate within his administration. Here's more of the Colombian president's comments.
Talk to you people that like to drink. Now y'all gonna make cocaine legal.
Thought whiskey was the bad boy of the party. Colombian President Gustavo Petro is here to set the record straight. Cocaine, according to him, is just harmless. To reiterate again, President Petro called cocaine harmless.
Cocaine is illegal because it is made in Latin America. not because it is worse than whiskey. That is what all scientists analyze. Cocaine is not worse than whiskey, and what hit the United States is fentanyl. It is killing them, and that is not done in Colombia, but there are no major policies there.
I mean, I'm saying you can't go get on coke, but you got a point.
The business could be easily
Most people
dismantled if
don't
they
overdose
legalized
on
cocaine
coke.
in the world.
Shout out to the
It
coke.
would be sold like wine. The money would be used for their children as
Tony
it is
Montana.
today. Do not start drinking
Tony
wine,
Montana.
alcohol, or smoking.
Tony
In
Montana.
Colombia, more or less, we have been successful in that.
Now that's a pretty interesting perspective. You know, taking the money out of the hands of cartels by legalizing some of the stuff that they actually get money from, it may be a possible way forward. But a lot of people may have differing views on whether this particular substance should be legalized or not. Now we all know about the war on drugs, and according to the Colombian president, the war on drugs has been a resounding failure.
Las organizaciones que se empoderaron a partir de una política errada de Nixon y que durante medio siglo ha demostrado su rotundo fracaso. 1 millón de latinoamericanos muertos, millones de norteamericanos negros apresados, una nueva enfermedad de las drogas como el fentanilo que mata 100,000 al año en los Estados Unidos cuando solo morían 3,000 por combinar clandestinamente la cocaína y ninguno por marihuana, o hace que la política mundial de drogas tenga que cambiar para que en América Latina no haya más violencia ni desestabilización democrática ni muertos.
Now, not only did the left-leaning Colombian president say that the war on drugs has been a resounding failure, but he also said that ending the war on drugs could bring peace to multiple countries in a matter of months.
Well, dang. He said, shit, let's get on that business. Get on the business. Fuck the politics and the wars. Let's just do good business. People buy what they want, and you'll see how that goes.
So we'll say the US has some variables on which to play there. It can help with the press, not of appeasement, because Venezuela hasn't yet overcome violence, but with the process of a democratic political agreement. I invite Biden's government to become a militant of peace in this corner of South America, which does then also lead into appeasement in Colombia, where the US does play a decisive role, because depending on its drug policy, there's either peace or war in South America. The result of Nixon's war on drugs declared 50 years ago has been 1 million dead Latin Americans, and now 100,000 North Americans dying of overdoses that don't have to do with Latin America. So reforming its anti-drug policy towards zero cocaine consumption from a public health standpoint and not a criminalization standpoint could bring peace to Colombia in a matter of months. It depends on the US.
Final question. Do you think the President Biden understands how big the problem is?
Que se entiende esto. Yo pienso que sí. If he understands this, then yes, I think so. I think today's US government understands that the war on drugs, as it was shaped by Nixon, has failed and only spilt blood in Latin America and created the most violent region in the world, including many cities inside the United States, as well as a sort of invisible racial war. And on top of that, the fact that almost twice as many of the deaths in Vietnam are taking place every year due to a medication that is now a fatal drug such as fentanyl demonstrates a total failure of Nixon's policy that's carried out to this day. Fixing this is difficult in the US, but it's necessary for peace in the Americas.
One thing that we can take from the legal cannabis market is that legalization does not necessarily mean that the black market will be eradicated and everything will be hunky-dory. In fact, in legal markets, overtaxation, overregulation, and things like this actually cause illicit markets to thrive. Now, when it comes to legalization of herb, Colombia is in a pretty unique position. Now, while in Colombia, herb is legal for medicinal and industrial purposes, as well as self-cultivation, possession, and consumption, those things are partially legal. Commercialization is illegal. In other words, you can't set up a shop to sell any flower, but you can have home grows. According to this, actually, the Supreme Court in 2015 ruled that cultivation of up to 20 plants was allowed. Now, in Colombia, you find yourself in this tricky position where you can actually grow the herb, but you cannot sell it. And what a lot of legal farmers are finding is that their harvest becomes illegal because they have the harvest that they can't do nothing with, because commercialization is not allowed. Now, according to this article, over the past few years, there have been meetings between Colombia's government and farmers which actually seek to address this very issue. As one of the farmers described it, it's a bit ridiculous. Imagine you're a farmer in a country where growing grapes is not illegal and drinking wine is not illegal, but winemaking is criminal. That makes absolutely no sense. Now, despite all these meetings with the Colombian farmers and the Colombian government, the Colombian Congress has actually rejected a bill to legalize.
So how I see that is I need to buy some land in Colombia because I could just go down there and grow for myself. You did. That law just sounds good to me. I mean, hell, my current plant count is like 6, but hell, that's in flower. But you can do however many you want to do as long as they're not in flower. But you did. Then you throw in mom's medical license. That's another 6. Then you throw in the rec laws. That's another 12 right there. So that's 24 total. Shouts out to 24 because that's about where I'm at right now. But we ain't gonna talk about that because there's always some haters. Shouts out to the haters. They got to do something. But we gonna keep them employed because hell, they got to hate on me because they ain't doing shit else. You dig?
Legalized herb a couple of years back.
After a contentious Senate session, the law to legalize the recreational use of marijuana crashed into a wall. The vote scheduled for early Tuesday afternoon finally happened late into the night as lawmakers scrambled to reach a deal. But in the end, there was no majority for it.
Hemos dado una lucha con argumentos.
We have given a fight with arguments for the last 4 years here, and today I just want to give thanks to all who helped us get this far. This fight continues to advance. The votes show it.
It is the end of the road for a bill that promised to legalize the recreational marijuana market in a country devastated by decades of war on drugs. Outside the Congress building, indigenous marijuana farmers who have long grown the plant illegally were hoping to finally have a legal market for their product.
Hey, I'll grow that hoe.
There are many problems
So
in our
what you got to
territory.
do is sell your
Armed
brand for
fighters,
people to
forced
buy in their
recruitment,
home, though, right?
assassinations of indigenous authorities,
Make
a
it
lot of
legal, and
confrontation and a lot
then you
of
can
war.
find how to produce. I ain't got to be able to sell you the weed. I got to sell you the ability to grow the weed, right? Yeah, I'll come in and set your shit up for you. Boom. There you go. Indoor garden consultant. Shout out to the indoor garden consultants because that's what they need to focus on. Be buying genetic weed, but I told genetics that you can't grow.
Hopefully they can take steps to find even more peace in the country, but also to avoid any issues where these farmers are continuing to be demonized and chastised by the government and their harvests are deemed illegal. So drop it in the comments down below and let me know what you guys think about all that. And while the Colombian president says that whiskey is worse than coke, there are currently lawmakers in America that are saying that THC is more dangerous than alcohol. So check that video out because it's coming up right now.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you to like, share, or subscribe. I'm gonna tell you to keep hating. 'Cause if you ain't participating with the engagement, we already know you a hater. Hell, we get hate views all the time.
Give it gas when I'm dipping competition, getting past, living fast, furious, staying on track, never worry when I'm spinning. Last better get in, back, ride from a dog, alphabeted on us, you gon' get it back, never split this pack. Whenever I witness cap, we ain't fucking with your fiction, facts, your conviction lacks. When I get up in my bag, I'ma span, we ain't tripping off tax, clipping this tag, working on my wish list, cooking this cake. Let me flip this stack, you a flash in the pan, while you relaxing, I can't. My team in the pack, the sedan, putting tracks in the sand, pushing my craft at the fam, got the people all clapping their hands, putting cash in my brand, keeping my octane high, my graded premium, not 8-9 or 8-7, and when I run across state line, I'm 9-1, I gun it, clock great time, when time come, disappearing in the dark horizon, way I cut turns, I'm as sharp as diamonds, got 'em on tilt like a car's alignment, this is raw refinement, not a hard assignment, I'ma give it gas, give it gas, bitch.
Definitely can't use his content. Shouts out to that big homie though. Y'all know to go check out that video if you want to go see some drama. I ain't got time for it because we're gonna leave that with your llama. You dig? Yeah, I said your mama, aka your mama. Shouts out to her. You dig? We ain't disrespectful. We trying to keep her in the conversation. What you said about my mama? Shouts out to the 55555s coming up. We're gonna have 4 of them here in a few seconds. So, the live been moving and popping. Let's see, we're not past 15 views, which cool. That's another video. Hell, we dropping them anyways, right? Not for everybody. Select videos for select people. Anyway, let's see. Analytics say yesterday did squat. Today I'm at 23 views. Between 10 and 11. Why wasn't it showing that video then? Let's go back to the dashboard. Well, it ain't catching up to itself. Either way, it'll be all right because I know my videos on YouTube at the moment. So, yeah, forget the analytics. They don't know what they're saying. Y'all can't see them anyways because I done put the camera back on me. But that's what I was looking at. You dig? Anyways, y'all know somebody done came in on the buy me a coffee side. I'm gonna need y'all to leave a comment because if y'all are old people returning and breaking bread, we definitely appreciate that. But it doesn't say we got new members, so you know if people have renewed their memberships. Hey, I hope those income tax checks hit for you because you know you done came back. We appreciate that. But if you're a level 2 member, I definitely need you to let me know if you did something because that way you know level 2 has its benefits. So I definitely got to reciprocate the value back because you know that's how we do that. You did level 2s get them files back, so yeah, you get a level 2 benefit for the same as level 1. So if you know how to actually do your networking with your boy. But you did. We gotta make sure we let that part be known because you know before we get up and go into the garden. Yeah, we had to remind y'all we got to pay them bills. That's why we had the videos in the videos. So hell, part of the membership videos got paid. So I'm like, man, what's going on, Naomi? Good to see you. How you doing? And she says, well, I'm good to see you. Let's see. I was getting ready to show y'all some plants though, because we can't be talking about wet planties and not show y'all mine, right? Right. Gotta show you what we talking about. Anyways, we are headed to tent 2. Look at tent 2. It says it right there. Vivo Sun. That's a 4x4 tent. And y'all know how we keep it going. We just fired it back up yesterday. Because as y'all know, we got that Auto Army from Bear Miller that we got running in these pieces. Oh yeah, look at them. Look at them. Over here having a good old time, ain't you? Yeah, you are. Good thing about these is they should be able to be set and forget with them being autos. Hell, they ain't gonna need too much attention and care once you get them germinated and put in their final pot. Then you'll just be sitting back watching them, sitting there hitting the time lapse. So y'all already know. Then they're all the same, the same autos because I popped a lot of them. Remember, if y'all been paying attention, you seen the video. These are the double grape. Shout out to the double grape, whatever that's supposed to mean. But hell, if they come in and end up being purple, we'll appreciate it. But yeah, that's the 6 we had in here yesterday. So we'll get that fan over there running. Once we make sure our temps is right in here, I'll have to put the clock in here so I can see it, and then I'll know what I got going on. But hell, that'll just be something that I'll probably end up starting to get ready to go tonight. Then, of course, I still have the airlines in here too, so I'll probably get those running once they get a little bit bigger. Because you know we trying to actually get something out of these autos besides just spending a couple months with them. You dig? Then heading in here to the green room. Have you seen my green room? Yes, you have. It's in a lot of videos, so therefore, this is what it's looking like today. You dig? We got buckets everywhere. I mean, you can walk in here and then see that the rest of the room is occupied with buckets. We be dropping in buckets, y'all. Shout out the bucket drop. Got some more ladies. Boom, boom, boom. Like we said, we got this auto army started off in here, you know what I'm saying? So, Bear Miller rocking with the genetics. Appreciate him for sending them to your boy because he know we going to drop them and pop them. Oh, look at them strawberries, though. Look at the strawberries, though. They coming in, too. See, shout out to the strawberries. We got the indoor garden. I keep telling y'all, we ain't out here faking. We ain't out here faking. We actually making shit happen. We making some shit happen. We keeping some planties wet. Beyond 2025, doing our homework on them, right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, we got some more in the cups. They still the leftovers from yesterday. I ain't feel like putting them in pots yet. Hell, I might need to wait until I get some more pots. But anyways, hell, we can order them on Uline for the business account because we got that too. Shouts out to the Cultivation channel. We got a video set up for April 1st already. Y'all go over there and like it. If you like that video, go ahead and leave some comments because it's a pre-record. So y'all can do that too. Get your networking in ahead of time. Shouts out to making yourself look good and promoting yourself everywhere you go, because hell, that's your business. Say, hey, I didn't just come here to watch this video. I'll let y'all know I watched this video. You dig? Hey, shouts out to that homie Popcorns. We got another cactus over there. We got 3 cactuses now. Shouts out to the 3 cacti. Your boy like deserts, so one of these days I'm gonna just plant myself into one. Hey, that's a good fucking way to say that, huh? Better be a desert plant type. Shouts out to the plant types because, hell, that's my guy right there. Shouts out to that. Hey, don't get hit with the solar beam. You dig? Because we keep that light on. Look, we got at least 3 different strawberries that are growing in. That's hilarious to see them coming. Hey, how you doing? Said I thought those was flowers just coming in, but nah, the flowers just drop off and then it'd be the berries. Which is good because we've been growing our strawberries since the middle of last summer. It was after June, so when I dropped them into that actually, so they done went from being in there to being over there. So hell, the strawberries then came up in the world. Just like the dragon fruit. Shouts out to the dragon fruits. Like I said, these were started from seed and they are dragon fruits from the store-bought dragon fruit. So coming up, we'll get those individually potted and braced up so we can possibly make some sales on them. Hell, you know how we do. We indoor garden consultants. I didn't grow these for me. I grew these for somebody that was too lazy to start it themselves. Hey, I don't have a green thumb. Okay. You ain't got to have a green thumb. You can just have a green back in your wallet. Pay me and I'll come put in the work for you. Hell, you want the garden? I got you. I'll set it up, rent it, and then make it easy for you to just come through and add water once a week. So at any point in time, you'll have your garden set up. Then you can just go on about your business. Shout out to going on about your business, because hell, I don't need you in mine. But yeah, that's definitely the garden for the week. Y'all see when we did that tent work, got all 6 of them dropped. We got 6 in tent 1 also. So we got a lot of these autos started, and like I said, they ain't gonna need nothing but time. Water and CalMag, they got a good light on them, so shout out to them being autos because they'll just do their thing, get as big as they want, and then they'll flip to flower. I got tent 1 still on a 12-hour cycle just to see the difference between that and tent 2. Tent 2's on I think the light comes on at about 6 a.m. and goes off at about 10, so it's on an 18, but that's because it's got autos in there, and once I get these ready to flower, I'll either take 10-1 or 10-2 for that and then move the autos in here. So that ain't too hard to do. It's only 6 of them. Right now, I only got fucking 4 that are ready to go in. Not even ready to go in. They could go in if I would decided to flip them. They'll fucking stretch a little bit. Get up off your ass, though. Shouts out to getting off your ass because we in the green room doing our thing. Y'all see these ladies? Like I said, we got them all in pots. Some of them look better than the other ones, but hell, they gonna do their thing and grow on. Be looking like them little things we got in the back row over there. So, like I said, every week is gonna look thicker and fuller because we're gonna have more of them looking like they doing their thing and enjoying their vibe. 76.2 degrees freedom fighter units. And it's about 38% humidity in here because we got a lot more possible water now, right? You see how me just filling up the room automatically makes the humidity go up because it was sitting at about 25 to 30% last week, and it's up. And I haven't even dumped any water in here yet. So, see, that's a good thing about the concrete floor. I could just go ahead and drop the water on the concrete and it'll evaporate, which makes the humidity go up. You did get simple solutions for whatever you got going on. Oh, well, just throw some more water. We got plenty of lights. It'll evaporate the water. It's just water. Now, if you ain't got no water, that's a problem, right? We ain't got water, man. Well, there's water somewhere, so collect that shit, move that shit in. Yeah. But I still got a little piece of blunt left, so I'll kick it with y'all, let y'all see what we got going on in the green room. Shouts out to the green room. Those clones look like they might be doing something. They might be doing something. They might make it. That pineapple back there look like it might be ready to throw a new top starting off, which is good. It's still looking like it's moving and doing shit, so it's slowly with that pineapple. They said they take a while, so that's why I was like, no rushes, no rushes. I got one over there that might not make it because it's not looking good, but hell, we'll see if it figures itself out. It might. It might. Shouts out to you, though. Shouts out to you. You might make it. Hopefully you do. Give me another story to tell. Although we don't tell too many stories, but you know how we do. We show the work, so that's telling y'all a story in the same point in time. Shout out to the Homework 2025. Y'all know to go check out last year's playlist, which was the Workbook 2024. You dig? We put in that work too. But hell, given my numbers this year, we done probably tripled it by now. So hell, that playlist is fire. That just lets you know why we going so hard with the homework. You did, because you got to do your homework in 2025. If you ain't out here putting in your homework, don't nobody know you. Hell, yeah, you got to show them. You got to show them. You got to show them. Yeah, ladies everywhere. They gonna get super thick for you, boy. Other than that, let's see who in the comments. Same old, same old. All right. Well, that's what's popping. Like I said, I ain't trying to hold y'all up because I didn't put in all the work I had to do yesterday with the dishwashing and plant pot resetting and all that good shit. Only thing I got left to do today is water these strawberries because they like that water. You dig? They like that water. That's hilarious. I go give mom them strawberries. She was like, "Oh my God, you're actually growing strawberries?" Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I did that downstairs. She gonna be like, "Oh, you're doing something, huh?" Yeah. Anyways, I'll see y'all Wednesday at 6, Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m., aka another day in paradise with your boy TWP Popcorn.